Good morning, day 22. So excited again that you've met me here. Today we are going to do more inverted poses in the sequence than normal. So if you cannot do inverted poses, go back for day 22 and choose one of the sessions before and do it today instead of this one, because we're going to be going upside down, 6 or 8 times today. Yeah, so if you're good to go upside down, then let's get started. All right, take a deep breath. We're gonna rock back and forth in home pose. Good, now we're gonna step the right leg up and we're gonna bounce it up and down. Breathing. Good, switching legs. Breathing, bouncing it up and down. Good, now we're gonna come wide leg, wider than wide leg. We're gonna hold at the heart chakra and we're gonna go back and forth doing these side lunges. While we're breathing, we're just warming up the body. Waking up those legs this morning. Good. Breathing. Back and forth. Good. Now we're going to come up on our tippy toes, holding the pole under our throat chakra and our heart chakra, and we're going to switch. Turn, turn, turn. Good. Now we're going to come to the pole, hold at our shoulder, open up into T-pose, opening that heart, looking back. Good, now we're gonna switch. Taking a deep breath in. Good, coming up into center pose, holding all the way up and sliding down, shaking those hips back and forth. Pull those elbows in. Great, drop those hands down to the root chakra and a forward angle, drop back, stand on your tippy toes. We're gonna hold with the left arm, left hand, and bring the right arm up. Good, now we're gonna switch. Engaging that bicep. Keeping the chest open, the chin is up. Good, now we're gonna come flat foot, wrapping the leg around, back into snake pose. Bring those arms up, palms to palm. Breathing. Good, now we're gonna come back, switching. Falling back into snake, and breathing. Good, now we're gonna come back into table. Bring that right leg up and we're gonna pulse it up and down, keeping those hips square to the ground. Pulsing it up and down for those 12 counts. Good, switch. Breathing, holding yourself stable. Good, come back into home pose. We're gonna come into chair pose, stepping to that imaginary line, coming down, coming up on the tippy toes, and then we're gonna bounce, holding those elbows out. Good, come up. And then we're going to take chair pose around 6 times, clockwise, and then around reverse, counterclockwise 6 times. Okay, so let's go down and up, down and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, One more. Down, up the other way, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. One more time. Hold and bounce. Make sure those feet are in line with the pole. Pull that spine up. Good, now we're gonna come back into home pose. Let that heart rate come down. Come into angle pose. Hold at your shoulder. And then just drop back and forth. We're gonna go real fast today. Breathing. Good, other side. Pulsing really fast today. Back and forth, back and forth. Good. Bring your feet back from the pole, facing the pole. Hold the pole with your hands upside down between your throat chakra and your root chakra. Your throat chakra and your heart chakra. And then we're gonna pulse. Breathing. I get out of breath too, and then try to breathe and talk. Breathing. We're just pulsing here. Good, we're gonna come back into snake pose. Breathing, bring that heart rate down. Looking up to the sky, keeping those biceps in line with the ears. Good, switch. Good, now we're going to turn away from the pole. Forward fold down, reverse fold. Drop that head into the earth. Coming up on your tippy toes. And we're going to come down into down dog. And we're going to go into walking down pose. So we're going to bring that left foot to the pole, flat to the pole, and that right foot up into the air. Good. Looking up at the hands. Good, bring that right foot down to the pole. So it's flat on the pole. Bring that left foot up. Looking up at the hands. Breathing. Good, now we're going to bring that left foot down. Walk the feet apart. Walk the hands back up to the pole. Drop that head down. Good, then we're going to bring the hands back down. Then we're going to come up into inverted star pose. Bringing that foot over the head. Looking up with your head. Good, bring that foot back to the pole. And the other foot over the head. Bending that knee. Breathing. Good, now we're going to come back down, sliding down pose, pushing in, sliding, sliding, walking the feet open, walking your hands back up, grabbing the pole, head is upside down, breathing into it, breathing, come up into table, chest is flat. Good, now we're going to come into swimmer's pose, holding that pole with your right hand, bringing the right leg up and the left hand up. And breathing, push that right shoulder down. Good, now we're going to switch. Breathing. Push that left shoulder down. Good, bring the foot back. Now we're going to bring the feet back in line with the pole. We're going to gently slide that pelvis down. while bringing the head up, and then pull the arms in, engaging in those biceps. Then we're going to gently pulse here. Breathing. Good. Stepping flat foot, reaching above your head, and then walking out to where it's comfortable. And then bring that right foot up, and then we're going to bounce it up and down. Breathing. Switch feet. Good, now we're going to roll over into table. Breathing. Good, now we're going to walk up into forward angle, but we're just going to stay flat foot, holding the pole at our root chakra and leaning back gently. We're relaxing the body here. This is a resting pose. Just resting the body. Good. Now we're going to go upside down using the wall. Take a deep breath. Come into center with the pole. And then we're going to forward fold. Put the hands on the ground, come up on the wall, and then we're going to be wide-legged apart here, and we're going to stay on the wall right now, and we're going to bounce up and down. Good, and then we're going to fall back and forth here, swaying the hips back and forth, rotating that pelvis back and forth. Good, take a deep breath and bring the left leg up to the pole, followed by the right leg. Bring the feet down into inverted lotus pose. Breathing. Good, now we're going to come back to the wall with both feet, back to the ground with both feet. Gently lower the bottom. Hold the pole if you need to. Keep that head down. Good, now we're going to gently come into crouching lotus, unlocking the vertebrae one spine at a time, unlocking the spine one vertebrae at a time. Coming up. It's always a tongue twister for me. And bounce. Bouncing or pushing that energy that we've created up through our spine. Good, now we're going to come up into home pose. Good, now we're going to come to the other side of the pole. And we're going to do the sun salutation on the pole. Taking a deep breath. Reaching up to the sky. Coming down into down dog. Dropping the head down. Good, now we're going to bring the feet up to the pole. And we're going to come into square pose. Holding into square. Good, now we're going to walk those feet back up the pole. Push the pelvis down, dropping the pelvis forward. Bend those elbows slightly. Good, come back, head flat, down into the ground, and then slide down, pushing the feet down. Good, then we're going to walk out into plank. Breathing. Good, then we're going to come up into cobra. Back into child's pose. gently come back up, grabbing the pole behind us, one vertebrae at a time, sitting up off the ground, and bringing the right hand up into reverse star, picking the head up very last, and breathing. Bring that left hand up and the right hand down. Good, bring that arm forward. T-pose, looking back at the hand, at the pole. Keep the feet parallel. Good, switch, opening the heart the other way. And breathing. Good, now we're going to come back into down dog. Walking our hands back up to the pole. Dangling our head here. Breathing. And we're going to roll up into reverse table. Keeping that back flat. Good, then we're going to take a deep breath. Coming up. Sitting in the sit spot. Hands on the hips or over the head. Good, coming back up. And take a deep breath, coming back to the other side of the pole. Forward fold, hands back on the ground. Bringing the head to the pole, bringing the feet up to the wall. We're going to put the left foot right in the middle, bring the right foot up to the pole, and we're going to stretch those hips as far as you can. If you can bring that leg flat on the wall, do that. And look up at the pole. Good, switch. Bringing that leg, so if you can just go here, that's fine. Or come all the way, flexed out. Good, now we're gonna come back. Bring the leg down to the pole, down to the wall, down to the ground, bottom down. Keep the head down. And we're going to gently roll up, walking our hands all the way up the pole, into home pose. Okay, we're going to do one more handstand here. Taking a deep breath, coming back down. Going to come up to the wall again, and then we're going to bring both legs up to the pole. Good. Get your handing correct. And then drop the right leg down, opening the right leg. Good. Switch. Bringing the left leg open. Pointing the toe. Good. Come back to the wall. Back to the ground, dropping the bottom when you're ready, holding the pole. Deep breath, keeping the head down. Rolling up, walking all the way up the pole, into home pose. Good. Now we're going to come into chair pose one more time. And we're going to bring the right leg up, And instead of being wide with the chair, bring the left foot to the pole and bring the right foot straight up, and we're just gonna sit down into it. Good, now we're gonna switch, bringing that right leg to the pole, lifting that left leg straight up. Good. Now we're gonna come down to the ground. Good, laying all the way down. Breathing. Bringing the feet up. Palms on the ground. Let the heart rate relax. Good, now we're just gonna take the pelvis, lift it up. We're gonna do this shoulder stand far away from the pole. We're not touching the pole. And then we're bringing that chin up just a bit. Good, now we're gonna drop that bottom. We're gonna walk ourselves into the pole, bringing the right leg up, the left leg down, into scissors. We're gonna breathe here. Bringing that left leg up, come up into upward forward fold, pulling your chest into your chin, looking up, pointing the toes, looking up to the sky. Good, pulling in, flexing those biceps. Good, roll your chest down, roll your back down, dropping that right leg down. Breathing. Come into laying lotus. And then we're gonna upward fold, grabbing the pole above our toes, pulling our chest in. Good, rolling down. Bringing the feet flat on the ground, coming up into bridge pose, holding the pole under your bottom and holding the pole under your root chakra, bouncing that ball up and down. Breathing. Good, drop the bottom down, bring the feet back up to the pole, and then we're gonna scoop here. So lay those hands flat on the ground, scooping. Breathing. Good, bring the bottom flat on the ground again, feet flat on the ground. Lay them all the way out into corpse pose. Breathing. Now we're going to sit up into V pose. Holding those legs out, bending those elbows. Good. Come into lotus, pulling the chest in, opening up, toes. Good, switching, opening. Good, come back, pulling yourself up into lotus, keeping that spine straight with the pole, breathing. We're going to bring the right hand up, facing the palm facing the right ear. Switch. Bring the left hand up. Elbows down on the right arm. Pulling yourself parallel with a pole. Good. Turn around. Into reverse lotus. Bringing the feet together, coming up off the earth, pushing your bottom into the pole. Good. Sit your bottom down. Flex the hands the opposite way on the knees. Shake the hands, shake the feet. Drop the hands, drop the feet. Thanks for joining today. Today we added a lot more inverted poses and really focused on those poses. It's really exciting to go upside down because it really does change your whole perspective. So meet me here tomorrow for day 23. I'll see you tomorrow at the pole. Namaste.